Alolan Ninetales is one of the first Pokemon that you unlock by playing Pokemon Unite. You unlock this Pokemon for free, and while it's not in the absolute best place inside the meta right now, I think it's an amazing support attacker that you can use to help your team achieve victory. I'm going to try to show you everything you need to know about Alolan Ninetales in this ultimate guide. Come along with me, yeehaw to you and yours. I don't know why I put my finger up there, but it felt natural in the moment, and now it just sits there. Your first two moves when you are still an Alolan Vulpix are Powder Snow and Icy Wind. Both long range moves, one a little bit longer than the other, it looks like right there, just slightly outside of range. Powder Snow, you kind of attack in a cone here. You will deal damage to enemies and you will also slow them using this move. And then Icy Wind deals damage 2 times and pushes enemies. So oftentimes when you're in path and you're looking for your last hit, it's going to be a combination of your boosted attack and your Icy Wind right there. It's just a huge burst of damage all at once, but really whatever you have available is a decent last hit. Icy Wind seems to be the best. Your passive, your boosteds, and your moves all sling snow, and you can see this counter above enemies' heads start to get ticked up as you hit them multiple times. If you hit them and fill that snow gauge, you freeze them briefly, and they are stunned there essentially for a moment, and that's when you are able to do some extra damage with your team because they can't move, they can't do anything about Ninetales for a bit. Most everything Ninetales does slings snow, and that's that little icicle you can see above the enemy's head. My passive that dropped from the sky slung snow, my boosted sling snow, and once you fill up an icicle like that, your opponents are stunned, essentially frozen there for a moment. All of your moves do it, except for Aurora Veil. There's Icy Wind, there's Avalanche right there. Everything will put your opponents in a position to be stunned, and that's kind of a lot of what you're doing with Ninetales, and doing a ton of damage depending on which build you're choosing. Alolan Ninetales really has 2 builds, Avalanche, Blizzard, and Dazzling, Gleam, Aurora Veil. Let's talk first about Avalanche Blizzard. This move combos really well with itself. Avalanche already throws down a wall that enemies can't penetrate, and at the same time it deals damage twice. First when you throw it out, and second once that wall breaks. Blizzard deals damage 2 times through a push mechanic, so it will deal 1 bit of damage that moves through the enemy and another bit of damage that pushes them. If that second bit of damage that pushes lands and hits a wall, it creates an icy vortex, I believe the game calls it, right like that. You can see this icy vortex right here would continue doing damage in this area for a short time, and this is where most of your damage comes from. You throw it right into this wall right here, and you can see just tons of damage. It's 8 ticks of damage right here. You also, of course, have Avalanche, so you can create your own walls that you can throw Blizzard into. You can do this by throwing Avalanche and then immediately throwing Blizzard, just like that, and creates this area of damage that enemies will sit in. You also can do it by throwing Blizzard first and then throwing Avalanche after it. Looks something like this, Blizzard, Avalanche. And it runs into it right there. Either way is totally doable. I think it's personal preference. Some people really like the Blizzard into Avalanche. I don't really mind either way. I think it's fine. The Blizzard into Avalanche seems to have a bit of a faster kick to it. So if you like that combination, that's the way to go with that. This is where you get all your damage, and it really is considerable. Let's take a look at our substitute doll so we can see how much damage this outputs in a single combo. We have our substitute doll right here, Blizzard Avalanche combo, and you can see it just taking damage. This is without auto attacking or doing anything, and right there, that's 7,500 damage through this one combo. This is sort of the big catch that you have your Pokemon do, you know? You set up a situation, boom, Blizzard right into an Avalanche. You continue auto attacking and just dealing tons of damage to your opponents. Something else that you can also do is use this entire combo, and then when you catch an enemy, use your Unite move. This gives you the biggest chance of having an enemy frozen during your Unite, which deals extra damage. We'll talk about this here in a minute, but it would be something like this. The real trick to fighting with this version of Alolan Ninetales is just finding the right moments to set this combo up and then dealing some devastating damage to your opponents. If you can do it right, you do insane damage with this one big burst combo. Alolan Ninetales' Unite move is a large area damage that radiates out from you, and then as soon as it hits the enemies, it does a big chunk of damage right here, and it does more damage to frozen enemies. So if you're able to freeze the enemy, you're able to do more damage against them. A normal pop of this damage is right now 2,300 or so, and frozen, it's something much higher. It's something like 3,600. Let me see if I can get it on this Snorlax right here. Possibly? No, still got 2600. It's actually really hard to get the exact timing of it because the enemy has to be frozen when it hits. It's kind of weird like that, but it also is a really good Unite move for being able to sort of, that was 3300, for being able to last hit some objectives. Because it is such a large burst of damage here, you can set up a big combo on an objective and use it to finish it off. The more you play A9, the more you'll understand the threshold for this, but once you understand it, you'll be able to set up a move where you throw your moves really quickly and then boom, huge combo to secure. You also can use it without throwing Blizzard or Avalanche, just as a final big Unite move to secure an objective. 2700 is nothing to sneeze at, and most numbers are not, and in this case, it is the same. You can use this to secure big time objectives once they are low. Oftentimes in fights, you're going to use this for one of two things: putting the pressure on your opponents and being able to KO something super fast, or securing big last hits on objectives. Again, something to remember with this build is you don't need your Avalanche up to use your Blizzard. You can throw it into a wall when your opponent is fighting you, just like this, and you are actually able to set up situations they don't want to fight in. Sometimes when an enemy is chasing me, I just throw it right into a wall, and if they do decide to continue to fight, they're fighting in a very, very bad area for them to be in because they're taking tons of damage and they're getting stunned. Hopefully long enough to either KO them or let my team show up. For the Blizzard Avalanche build, I would highly recommend something like this. Slick Spoon, because it's just going to help you deal more damage to tankier Pokemon, and it gives you HP and special attack. Choice Specs, more special attack. Wise Glasses, more special attack, and this is a Pokemon that has a ton of special attack, so the extra 7% boost is nice. And then Choice Specs also will give you an extra bit of damage on about an 8-second internal cooldown, and that helps you a lot with securing last hits and things like that early, as well as just outputting tons of damage throughout the game because you are often casting both of your spells, or your special attack moves, I should say. For Avalanche Blizzard, you would want to run Emblems, something like this: 7 black, 6 green. I have a little extra cooldown here from you. It doesn't matter that you have negative critical hit rate because this is not a Pokemon that worries too much about critical hits at all unless you're running a very, very specific build. This is a solid setup for the more Mage style Alolan Ninetales. If you're not going Blizzard Avalanche, Aurora Veil Dazzling Gleam is an awesome moveset. This moveset is very much based on your auto attacks with this Pokemon, which is why it has a very specific emblem setup and a very specific held item setup. At the same time, you are just doing tons of damage and stunning your opponents with Dazzling Gleam. You're using your Aurora Veil to set up areas where you and your team want to fight because it actually decreases the amount of damage you receive, and you're setting up more opportunities to stun your opponents because while you're inside your Aurora Veil, every single one of your attacks are boosted basic attacks. Let me show you what that looks like. You stun an enemy, you jump towards them with Aurora Veil. Even though you're fighting in this, you're constantly doing these huge boosted attacks, stunning and freezing, stunning and freezing. And while this is happening, your Aurora Veil boosted attacks, your boosted attacks in general, I guess I should say, bounce to nearby enemies. So you can see how that hit that one Bunnelby and hit another one. You can see it also here against all of these birds. Every single one of these attacks is bouncing to a very, very close enemy. So it's really great for stunning opponents. It's great for setting up opportunities for your team to do a ton of damage, while at the same time, your opponents are trying to get away from this machine gun of ice. If you can be deliberate about it, it would be great to use your Aurora Veil as soon as your Rapid Fire Scarf is up so you could get as many boosted attacks as possible onto your opponents. It can be a huge difference maker. In general, you're going to be in the fight a lot, you're going to be doing damage a ton. Just notice when it's about time for your Rapid Fire Scarf to go, and then boom, throw that Aurora Veil and try to get as much damage and as much stuns out as you possibly can. As I said before, the Aurora Veil actually reduces damage you receive by 30%, and you'll also notice that you are recovering HP with your boosted attacks inside the Aurora Veil. So it sets up so many good moments for Ninetales, and you can use it to reposition yourself in a fight. You can use it to back up towards a goal zone that you want to defend, or you can use it to jump forward and create, a very aggressive position to put the enemy in a very, very bad situation. Something to notice with this build too, considering that you have Dazzling Gleam, you want to, as best you can, watch your stuns so that once they are done being frozen or before they are frozen, you hit them with the Dazzling Gleam. That way you can sort of chain the amount of time your opponents are stunned and frozen for longer. it would look something like this. Using your Gleam, jumping into your Aurora Veil, and then hitting them. That way the frozen effect could happen after the stun. Or, again, after you already stun your opponents. They're stunned, right? Oh, that one's going to get KO'd first. No, Bunnelby. All right, I'll show you in 1 second. Right here, Snorlax is frozen. I wait out the freeze, and then I hit him with the Dazzling Gleam. That way I can continue hitting him afterwards. It's a little bit of micro that you would want to pick up on because it just more effectively lets you stun your enemies and keep them stunned longer, which is a lot of what you're doing with this Pokemon. You do output a ton of damage with this Pokemon, but I really like to look at Alolan Ninetales as sort of this support attacker. Your job is stunning and disrupting your opponents while at the same time doing a surprising amount of burst. Level 13 is an important breakpoint for this Pokemon. At level 11, you're able to get the upgraded version of Dazzling Gleam, which does have a longer stun duration, but level 13 is your upgraded Aurora Veil, which gives you increased damage reduction up to 35% and a 2-second cooldown reduction. This is already up for 5 seconds, so you now have this up for a considerable amount of time, and you're able to just kind of pop it again very quickly once you hit level 13. It is a lot of experience to get for this Pokemon, but at the same time, it's a huge break point. As best you can with this build, chain those stuns, set up areas that you want your team to fight in, and then of course you can use your Unite move as well to deal big bursts of damage. I find it a little harder to trigger the freeze damage using this particular build. It's just a little tough to know exactly when the enemies are going to be frozen to use it, but still, it's a big old burst of damage. Something to notice also, I like running eject button on this Pokemon. It doesn't have the most mobility inside the game, so it's really good to be able to get out of situations, but you can also use it to position your Unite move very similar to Blastoise. If you're here and you want to get closer to Rayquaza so you can Unite, you can eject during your Unite animation and move yourself around slightly. I'd find it to be very, very good if you're looking to get some big last hits, or you use your Unite move, you notice the opponents are retreating, and you can eject forward to actually do some extra damage. For the Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil moveset, you're going to want to do one of two things. Either Rapid Fire Scarf, Muscle Band, and Slick Spoon, or Rapid Fire Scarf, Muscle Band, Focus Band, or of course the very, very fun Rapid Fire Scarf, Muscle Band, Scope Lens. We'll talk about critical hits a little later. It's a pretty cheesy build for this Pokemon, but I honestly do really love it. What you're looking for with this is to really augment your basic attacks. You're using them all the time when you're doing the Aurora Veil build, and this just helps. Muscle Band, Rapid Fire Scarf will let you use these moves more often, and at the same time with your Muscle Band, you are continually dealing extra damage based on your opposing Pokemon's max HP. I recognize attack really does not help Alolan Ninetales, but the attack speed is what you are looking for right here with this build. For the Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil build, you're going to want to run something like this if you're not going critical hit, and that is 7 red, 4 white. This is one of the few Pokemon that can take advantage of red emblems. Eldegoss is another one. There are a few, but very few Pokemon can take advantage of the extra attack speed. At the same time, you get a bunch of HP, you lose attack, which you really don't need, and you gain special attack. Finally, if you are running the critical hit version of Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil, it's going to look something like this. As much critical hit as you possibly can get. Right now I have 5.8%. The most you could have is 6%. Again, this is very specific and only if you are running that build and trying to get some critical hits. Is it cheesy? Yes. But sometimes cheese tastes great. Honestly, all the time cheese tastes great. I don't even know why I said sometimes. It's always great. For this first match, I'm going to play Alolan Ninetales here in the top path using the Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil build. I will not be going critical hits, even though I love it so much, but I'll be using a more reasonable build. Fine, I'll be more reasonable. Alright, heading up to the top path for the Aurora Veil Dazzling Gleam build. Ooh, it looks like I'm partnering with a Mammo, so we got ourselves a little bit of a freeze lane. That's super fun. We're just gonna freeze them and stun them a whole bunch. Try to get my level 4 as quickly as I can here by out-securing these wild Pokemon from my opponents. If I can, however, Buzzwole is a really tough one to out-secure. I'm actually not going to be able to out-secure it right next to Pad, I think. I'm going to walk here, grab some experience and score myself to hopefully get myself a level 4 easier. Hi, Mew. We'll get our level 4. Ooh. Run, buddy, run. Dang, Glaceon's here. We'll get our level 4 on this. So I can help my squad out. The Gleam that is Dazzling. Ooh, trying to last hit as much of that as I can. I think we got a good amount of it there. Just continuing to push forward right here. I might go down for this, but my team will get this KO, and that's more valuable. And we actually get it. Nice. Good little fight from us. I have to back up here. Ooh, don't push him near me. Mamo, he ice fanged him and threw him backwards. I'm like, oh, not over here, dude. Not here, Mamo. All right. Got our Aurora Veil now. Just continuing to get as much experience as we can. It's gone. Okay. Our team is continuing this fight. I think they shouldn't be. They gotta back up at some point. I don't know why they're still here. Feels like it's way too long. I can get Mew. Might be able to get 2 of them. Got Mew. Buzzwole could be hiding here. Looks like he's center, which is the right play. We should have backed off that a long time ago. I know they're having a lot of fun. You know, it's when things are going well and you're getting tons of KOs, you're like, yeah, let's go. But it would have been nice for us to back off there, for sure. Either way, I'm going to walk bottom to help with bottom objective. It's a 720. I'm not near my 720 farm, so it's a good time for me to move bottom. Trying to chain my stuns as best I can there. Breaking this. And we've got this coming up real quick. Hopefully it's not too bad for us here. Kind of zoned out here, but we get it. I'm going to head top. Help my squad up there. Looks like we destroyed top goal too. Things are going pretty well for the team. We just got our Unite move. I'll try to use this aggressively if I can. We have a pretty early Unite here at 6 minutes 40 seconds. So if the enemies come in, I say we try to use it. Don't know what my team's doing. I think they could actually be ripping this right now. It doesn't look like our opponents are around. They waited for the squad. That works. I've got a Unite move, and I'd love to use it. Mamo just got one, too. Espeon has one. Nice! Pushing in here. Getting a little bit of a freeze. Gonna just move in and Unite. Sweet. And that's a great fight for us. 2 great fights to start this thing out. We've got our Unite here. We just want to charge it up as best we can. Looks like our team's fighting Buzzwole here. This just spawned. You know, just watching the map a lot, seeing where the yellow dots are. Trying to get as much XP as I can get. Obviously, KOing wild Pokemon too, it charges your Unite move. So, just more and more abilities to fight. And something to also notice, you know, there are times where you want to pull back because even though you're kind of stomping your opponents, you do get into a situation where you're going to start giving them a lot of catch-up experience if you just keep pushing. So if you're level 12 and you're, you know, jumping in on their goal or something like that, once they KO you, they get a lot of experience. A lot of experience. About the 5-minute mark here. Almost got my Unite move back. Buzzwole jumping in with a Comfey. Hard to fight. Nice. Good stuns. Gotta let our Goodra sort of frontline this. Looks like he's not pushing any further, so we'll pull back. Goodra is our defender, so as the Goodra, we definitely want them in front of us, you know, soaking up a huge amount of the damage as best we can. Mamo stayed top, and I actually really like this play because it set Mamo up in a situation to defend top goal. Now he's just got to recognize he probably has to pull back here. Never mind. We're stomping a little bit here. This is a little bit of a stomp. Moving forward. Gonna try and Get some stuns. Nice. All right, we can now take this. There's really nothing going on here. This is going to push towards their main. This is an opportunity for us to put in a ton of points, demoralize our opponents. It's also an opportunity to give up way too much XP. So we'll see what we end up doing. It happens all the time where you push in towards their main and you end up getting KO'd for it. Like, Goodra doesn't have a Unite. Mamo does. They just got theirs. I'm trying to get Buzzwole here. Oh, yeah. Nice. It didn't go down? Oh, no. Jeez, see? That's what I get for not securing the KO right there, huh? Garchomp pushing. Alright. Gonna get a double KO. That's probably the best I can do here. I'm gonna pull back. I think that fight's done. If we keep pushing, we're just giving up too much experience to the opponents at some point. Catch-up experience is so big, you know. If you're a higher level and you get KO'd, it's so much value to your enemy. It's very little value the other way. You get something for it. You want to pick up KOs, but it's way better for your opponents. We have 3 top. Couldn't get him. Couldn't chase it down. I'm not Delphox. I'm gonna head to the bottom path. We're 250. I'm 50% on my Unite. I used my Unite a little late, but we should be okay. We should be okay. Would love to have my level 13, have that increased damage reduction, and the lower cooldown of my move. Got that. I'll push forward here and help out. I'm in a relatively safe position. Oh, Garchomp Unite. That could be pretty good. I'm going to have to eject button out of here. Back in. Sort of fight this. I don't want to get hit by a big solar beam. There's that big solar beam I was just thinking about. Solar beam, I was just thinking about you. Huge Mew Unite. It could KO me with it. Whoop. Almost got me. Couldn't stop it. That's okay. I live. They're not able to rip right away. They're on it now. Buzzwole's on it. Not really a great rip. They're going for it. Glaceon gets it. Our team needed to push in there, but for whatever reason our Goodra was kind of tepid. Let's see if we can break enough shields to stop them here. Nice. I go down here. I might base. Mew's gonna score. Can't really do too much about Mew scoring here. We might be able to break its shield. It's got so much damage right now and a ray shield. I just want its shield down. That's all I care about. It's gonna get me. Help me, Mamo! Alright. We should be okay. They don't have shields. Mew's coming back up here. Garchomp going bottom. It goes down. Mew here top. It backs up. It's got a Unite. It's running. We got 20 seconds left. There aren't a lot of places for Mew to go. It's making its way bottom. 2 bottom. We got 2 of our allies there. Looks like we're gonna win this one. Really close match, even though the enemy got Ray. Ooh, the Snow Cloak stopped it. Made it invincible right there. Let's see. Let's see if that's enough. I don't think it's enough, but it's close. It's really close. Snow Cloak works like a little score shield sometimes. Let's see if they did it. They didn't show the score, but we win. By how much? 368 to 297. We also got 11 KOs, 14 assists. Did some work there with our Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil build. A really fun Ninetales build, 66k damage, highest in the match outside of the enemy jungler. So, really solid game. There you go. That's the Dazzling Gleam Aurora Veil build, non-critical hit. And yes, I love the critical hit version, but this was the non-critical hit version. All right, I'm going to be taking Alolan Ninetales into the bottom path here.
Oh my god, spragels again. Yo, spragels. If you can build YouTuber spragels, can you beat the platinum medal leader with that?
I can't hear what he's saying. He's saying something about me being a YouTuber.
I can't believe I'm with this guy again.
All right. Yeah, it's me, buddy. I'm going to take Alolan Ninetales into the bottom path right here. We're trying to do the Avalanche Blizzard build for this one. Hopefully we can get some good wild Pokemon KOs here and get some experience. Oh, our Aurora goes down. Might get Clefable here, though. He does evolve, unfortunately. Too close to the Evo for me to get him. Really close, but couldn't get the KO. Unfortunately, our Zoroark just got dusted too fast. Alright, got my Avalanche ready to go. We're level 4 here. Zoroark diving in again, looking for a quick stack. We get a lot of that. And now we got the level 5 on the Zoroark. I'm with you, buddy. Score 23 in their face. I don't know what Decidueye is doing here. Is he our center? Oh no. Okay. I'll let you guys do your thing. I think we just lost our center Pokemon for some reason. Talon's here to KO me. What is going on? Oh no. Alright, well, I'm going to walk into center really quick. I guess I got to clean this up because nobody's going to go for it, and there's just too much experience here to let it sit. So, I'm going to grab it. I'm going to grab that. I'm going to walk up top, grab the red buff now as well. They just completely lost top path. Our tree is AFK at base. Now it's moving. Okay. Clearing up center here. Level 7 now, heading down to the bottom path. We got both of our moves. So if we can find, you know, just 1 or 2 little catch opportunities, we do a ton of damage to our opponents. Now you're right here, Greninja. I want Zoroark to turn around and get some KOs. Okay. We get 1. Let's get this. Right here, please, Zoroark. Don't leave, buddy. You're coming back, right? I need you, pal. You can actually throw your Blizzard right into the wall there, and it'll hurt Registeel when it spawns. Same thing with Regieleki up top. If you don't want to use your Avalanche for it right away, you can do that. Our Decidueye refuses to go back center. I'm going to have to continue to take it, which isn't bad blue buff-wise, but, I mean, red buff-wise, I'm not really the red buff character anymore. On the Veil build I am, but on this build, no, not so much. Got 53 on that top goal. That goes in. I wonder if we push this. I think we just push. Let's just push right over here, guys. They might not see this coming. Got Azu. Dang, if our team pushes right there, we win that fight easy. Unfortunately, we don't. But dang, we win that fight if we push. I don't know what happened. Maybe Zoroark was KO'd and it just wasn't worth it. I think we get a good fight there, though. All right, let's get our experience now. We're level 9. We have access to top and bottom experience, which is good. Just makes it easier to get our level 13 if we can get to it. Our final break point for this Pokemon with our plus move. Talon's is running. I'm gonna head bottom. We should not be collapsing top as much as we should be pushing bottom. It looks like my team's now pushing top. Kind of had a good opportunity before, I would say. Just in case someone's right here. I think our Decidueye is uniting up there? Okay. I don't yet have my Unite. Haven't got enough wild Pokemon yet. Trying to rip this pretty quick. Looks like we'll be able to get that. Talon coming in for an almost a secure there, but not able to get it. And they go down. Walking top now. I will have a Unite for this fight top. Walking, walking, walking. I'm coming, buddy. Just trying to get a huge burst there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get out of Blastoise's Unite, but I was able to get a double KO for the squad. Hopefully they can clean that up. Usually when, you know, the opponents are outmanned, we get a good fight. So an early double KO is pretty nice. I can't make it up in time, I don't think, to deal with that Reggie, so I'm just going to continue farming down here. Looks like my team's got it sewed up about as well as they could. And there's a lot of experience on the map I'm going to take. If I could make it back in time and I felt like the fight was going to go back and forth, I would definitely walk top. But there's just, you know, there are other things to do on the map too that have great value for the team, like me getting my Unite move, me getting my levels, things like that. That actually walked top. We couldn't really do anything about it, but it actually walked. Got my level 13. So we got nice bit of damage going to be going at our opponents here in this final fight. Just got to get 1 or 2 big catches in that fight and we win the whole thing. If I can get a big catch into a Unite move, I can probably delete something again as I did earlier. That's going to put us in a really good position to win this thing. We'll walk bottom here. We're pushing back at Blastoise a little. Talon's scoring top. This is actually good for us. I mean, the right move is a rip right here. We've got the player advantage. They don't have the secure from Talon. They actually have Greninja going top as well. This is, without question, the right play. I just wish someone was here helping me. Alright, we're going to get Regirock. Team's in a little bit of trouble here. Where's Talon? Greninja's here. Greninja's running.
You're in trouble.
Just in case Greninja's in there. Talon's still top. Backing out. Getting him caught. Blastoise is uniting, trying to back out of that so I don't get hit by it. Nice. We almost got 2 with that. Good damage there. Unfortunately, they are still ripping. Who is ripping? Azu? It's at half. Can't stop it. No way, did I get it? Did I get it? No way, let's go! Tree, stop them! What are you doing? Okay. Okay. I mean, okay. They're still pushing. They're in our central goal right now. We have shields, so our team can do something. The damage is big. Talon scoring top. I can't stop that. Tree has 7. Continuing to score. Yeah. He's going to score 3. We can't really stop at 3. Okay. He goes down. I don't know where we're at. I think they won, maybe. But maybe not. I mean, we did score in their main. They didn't score in our main from what I could see. They got 100 bottom, but they overcap top pretty good. So the question is are the overcaps enough, or did we get there? It's gonna be a really close game. What a steal. What a Blizzard steal right there. Let's see. Woo! Woo! Tough game. We got there. All right, there you go. Avalanche, Blizzard, Ninetales, and you even saw it steal Rayquaza there. The extra damage. All right. What a match. What a match. Oh, people like seeing numbers. We did 76K in that one. 76K. I'm surprised our Decidueye did so much. I'm surprised. All right, there you go. I hope that guide helps you. Everything you need to know about Alolan Ninetales when you pick it up in Pokemon Unite. I love you all, and I'll see you all next time.